Well, as witnessed here in Australia, the US president remains an enormously popular figure on the international stage. At home, though, it's a different story. A year ahead of his bid for re-election, many Americans seem increasingly ambivalent about him. Pennsylvania is one of a handful of must-win battleground states for Barack Obama. He carried it convincingly in 2008. But with a still sluggish economy and stubbornly high unemployment, a statewide poll suggests he could struggle to hold on to it next year. North America correspondent Craig McMurtry travelled to the Democrat stronghold of Scranton, Pennsylvania for a closer look.
For most Americans, Scranton is the embodiment of the ordinary, best known as the television home of an office mockumentary.
Ain't no party like a Scranton party, because a Scranton party don't stop.
If this northeast Pennsylvania city was ever fashionable, it isn't now. Built on a coal and iron boom, over the decades most of its mines, mills and factories have fallen silent. Scranton's passenger rail link to New York was severed. Hardship almost became a way of life. And that was before the Great Recession.
There's an old cartoon, Popeye the Sailor, and he used to say, "I can't stand no more."
So why are we here? We're here in Scranton, Pennsylvania, because for a long time this Rust Belt city has been a bullseye for presidential campaigns. We're here because Scranton, like much of the rest of America, is having a jobs crisis. We're here because in 2008, Scranton's mostly white, heavily Catholic population turned out big for Barack Obama. And a year out from the next election, the president's in trouble in this state. To hang on, he will need the people of Scranton again.
Most of us think it's going to be very close. The president could lose.
4 years ago, we didn't know what he was going to do, but we were hoping he was going to do great things. 4 years later, it's been a struggle.
Meet 63-year-old Steve Simcoe, the organiser of Scranton's own Occupy Wall Street protest. He's unemployed and with a sick mother to nurse, faces big health care costs.
Whether or not I will vote for him again depends on who he's running against. Because you must pick the best person for the job when it comes election time.
He doesn't blame the president for all the country's woes, but isn't convinced he's fought hard enough for the vulnerable. He isn't alone.
He lost his balls. He's more worried about being reelected than actually doing anything to help anybody at this point.
The guy was a great speaker. The guy seemed to promise too much.
Professor Terry Madonna is a political scientist, commentator and pollster. In his latest survey, he found 52% of Pennsylvania voters think it's time for a change at the White House.
If there's softness in support for President Obama in Scranton, that means he is in serious trouble in this state.
Like other commentators, Terry Madonna believes the president's re-election chances hinge on getting better economic data. He says Barack Obama has to be able to make the case that the struggling US economy has turned the corner and the Republican alternative is just too severe.
What the president is going to have to do is to convince those voters that the Republican candidate and the Republicans' positions will not improve the economy, that government has a role to play, and that role, as articulated by the president, will work.
The mayor of Scranton is Chris Doherty. He's a Democrat. His vision is for a local post-recession comeback built on affordable housing and growth in bioscience, technology and education. And it's on the area's college campuses. There are 7 of them, where he sees the most worrying change for the Obama campaign in 2012.
I think there'll be a big difference. I don't think you'll see the enthusiasm at all. We have an Orthodox Jewish grade school near the University of Scranton. Any typical election, maybe 200 people at the most would vote there. In 2008, 1,200 people voted there. I don't think you're going to see that this time.
Brian Jones is a former US Marine and registered independent. He's already decided that it's time to give someone else a go.
A lot of us are disappointed. I voted for him also, but very disappointed. That doesn't seem to be, if I were to write a book about it, I would title it The Hollow Leader.
The man flipping his burger is Bill Brady. His father worked here before him. He's a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat and isn't about to give up on Barack Obama.
I think it's touch and go. You got some people that feel the same way I do. And then you got other people that feel maybe he put us a little bit more over the edge. But, you know, you walk into an economy that's already ripped apart, what are you going to do? You know what I mean?
Tim and Kathleen Bennett like Barack Obama almost as much as they enjoy the music of Glenn Miller. They've even met the president when he was in Scranton campaigning last time.
And I was just telling him, oh, I have no makeup on or anything. And he said, well, who's going to see you? And I said, how about Barack Obama? And we turn around and there's the president.
The uneaten food on the president's plate was saved. Another customer put it up for auction on the web. Candidate Obama left an impression here. And even if he isn't as popular in 2012, the Bennetts say it won't matter.
I think he's okay, because the Republican Party, I don't know, I think they're all wackadoodles. I am sorry, but they, you know, I don't think he has any competition.
The city's top Democrat isn't nearly so sure.
I think Romney's viewed as a very serious candidate. He was a governor. He's run for president before. He ran the Olympics, so he ran a major corporation. He looks stable and strong, and he acts like a leader.
Republicans haven't made their pick yet. The election is still a year away. But the president's job approval rating is about 6 points lower here than it is nationally. And most pundits regard Pennsylvania as a must-win state.
If he wins, he'll win in a squeaker, and if he wins, he'll make history.
And for that to happen, he needs Scranton, Pennsylvania's electric city, to power up for him again. Craig McMurtry, Lateline.